Hey everyone. Um, so we had for this lesson we had question one for both parts one and two. So to start out with part one, question one, which reads summarize the basic principles used in relative dating.
So what we had discussed and realized from the reading was that it was pretty clear that the principles that kind of govern relative dating are based on logic and founded on these sort of reasonable assumptions. And so we kind of boiled it down to five main things that were outlined from the textbook. So the first one was just that the oldest layers of rock are found on the bottom and younger as it goes up. And then the second one is that gravity had kind of helped lay out the sediments horizontally. And then third, canyons and valleys are continuous in their layers. So on either side of a canyon, you're actually going to see very similar layered patterns.
Mm-hmm. And so the other two we also talked about was that excuse me, all layers from excuse me. So all the cracks and crevices that you see in the rocks, all those have to be all those are younger than the actual and then the rock layers itself, that the layers came first before any of the cracks or crevices. And the last one we talked about was that boulders, say you have like little sediments or rocks or pebbles or boulders that are encased in the rocks, according to the geological time scale and the methods they use, that all the fragments would be considered younger than the rocks themselves, or excuse me, that all the boulder fragments are older than the rocks themselves and the rocks are found in. And the other question we had was a question two, part two, and that says define phylogeny and explain what we can learn from phylogeny trees. So a phylogeny tree is pretty much a diagram that shows like the genealogical relationships between groups of organisms, basically. And it usually starts from the ones you look at from like a single ancestry point, and then from there it branches out to the individual groups of species that are included in your phylogenetic tree.
So from these different species, we can find that there's been modifications through common ancestors. And so using these phylogenetic trees, we can actually make inferences on these evolutionary relationships between several known species. So that's pretty much all that we had discussed as far as question one. If you guys have any comments or questions, please feel free to just add any comments, and we'd love to get back to you and have more of a further discussion on it. Thanks.